Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Get Crafty with Sally. My name is Sally Poole. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Albany, Oregon. Welcome. Today I'm going to show you how I made this cute card with the new Woolly Friends bundle. This is coming up in the new mini catalog, January through April 2026. So let me show you what you're going to need to make this card. You don't need a whole lot, and we are going to color just a little bit. So if you want to grab a screenshot of this, you can, or as always, I will have a PDF with the measurements and supplies that I've used linked down below this video in the description box. The last video that I did was for tips and tricks to stamp and punch these items out. You can see that the punch stamps the sheep's body, the head, the bow, and the bell all at the same time. So if you carefully line them up and stamp them, you'll be able to punch them out easily. So if you check out that video, you'll see how I did that. I do have already a, let's see, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 basic white cardstock that I've already lined my stamps up. You'll see that in the previous video. And we are going to do a little coloring. So this piece that I've stamped on would be this piece in the supplies. So let's scoot these over here. I'm going to grab my chair. And this is not any kind of serious coloring. So it's pretty quick and easy, and it's just cute. So for this one, this sheep, I am going to use light smoky slate. You can use whatever colors you want. Pick out your designer series paper background piece and then kind of match your little sheep colors to that. I will mention that this background paper, this one with the shimmery gold in it, is from a new designer series paper pack called Lovely and Beautiful. I won't show you all the papers, but there's a lot of really pretty big flower designs and a lot of really pretty colors. So let's take our light smoky slate Stampin' Blend, and I am just going to go quickly and lightly and not perfectly over the little lines that we have stamped. I'm going to do the little inside squiggles, and then I'm going to go around the sheep's body, and you can see I am not trying to do any kind of a wonderful job. So then I'm also going to color his little feet, legs, and then let's color his head. We'll do his little curly hair on top of his head, little curl on his forehead, and then I'm going to do the outside edges of both ears with this color. And I think that is it for the Smoky Slate. Next, I'm going to take my light bubble bath, and I'm using the brush tip end for all of this. And I am just going to put a little bit of pink inside his ears, and then a little nose that's pink, and then a couple little circles on his cheeks. And if you want to color the bow, let's just color this one. We'll color it all in with the light bubble bath. Let me grab the dark bubble bath and we'll just do some little highlights. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this on the camera or not. The little highlights, they're going to be hard to see. Probably not so much. Anyway, that's all it takes to color these sheep. The sheep that I used on this card are, this one is Bubble Bath, this one is Fresh Freesia, and then of course this one is the Smoky Slate. Okay, so let's get to putting this card together. I should mention that for all the circles on this front white panel that is embossed, I used the die from the Picture This die set. I used this die. So if you don't have this die, you could just take some of your circle dies and cut those out. And then this white piece that's die cut with the holes in it, I have embossed it with a new embossing folder that's coming out called All in a Row. I think it's really cute. Kind of springy fun. I thought it went good with the sheep. Okay, let me grab my chair again. And we will take I'm going to take the 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 piece of Designer Series paper. And I don't know if you can see this very well or not, but it is big enough that it comes out and makes a little border past the white embossed panel. That might not be something that you like. If you don't like it, you can cut that piece smaller. You can cut it the same as the white panel, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4, or a little smaller. And then you could also, if you're going to do that, you could cut a layer for behind that in Fresh Freesia in 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then you could make your card base white. That might look really pretty. So let's take our little die cut and embossed piece, and we will put a bunch of glue on it. And we're really gonna want this to stick down pretty good. So I'm gonna be pretty careful where I put my glue. Today is the day before Thanksgiving, and I don't know about you guys, but yesterday I went to Costco to get broccoli for broccoli salad. That's what I'm bringing to the event. And it was packed. I had to park, and I got there early. I had to park clear out by the gas pumps. Anyway, last night when I was cleaning the already cleaned broccoli, I opened one package and cleaned it, dried it, cut it up in the little pieces that I wanted. I opened the second package and oh my gosh, it smelled so funky. So I ended up not using it, and then of course I'm afraid to use the one that was probably okay that I had cleaned and cut up. So there's no way I was going to go back to Costco today. So I ran into Winco this morning and bought a whole bunch more broccoli and had to start all over with the cleaning and cutting, but that's okay. And shoot, I was going to, I put the stinky package back in its own bag and a gallon freezer bag, and I put it back in my refrigerator because I was going to take it back to Costco. But this morning when I opened my refrigerator, oh, you could smell it so bad. So I had to just throw them away. Hopefully Costco will take my word for it and give me my money back. Anyway, hopefully none of you have had any horrible mishaps like that and had to go replace stuff again the day before. At least Winco was open. I did go past Costco on the way to Winco, and holy cow, it was packed. So I am just going to put tape on the back of the Designer Series paper, and I have to stand up to get this straight. So we've got our 5.5 by 8.5 inch card base. This is fresh freesia, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to give that a extra little press. Make sure it opens at the bottom. And then we are just going to center that on our card front. You could use this card with these little sheep for baby stuff. There's sentiment in here. In fact, that's what we're going to put on this one. Welcome, cutie. The sentiments are sending flowers and sunshine. You're simply fabulous. Welcome, cutie, and you make me happy. There's also some cute little flowers. I think they might be tulips. And then this cute little flying butterfly. So, okay, now we've got our piece down on our card front, and I didn't put it upside down. Yay. So now let's take our little sheep pieces. I've already stamped, punched, and colored all of these. And like I said, I've got a bubble bath, a smoky slate, and a fresh freesia. The pink one, I have a fresh freesia bow. The smoky slate, I have a bubble bath bow. So I am going to grab my dimensionals, and I am going to put 3 dimensionals on the back of these cute little sheep. We'll pop them up on the front of this card. Let's take the covers off of the pink one. And I'm going to set it, I'm not going to put it right in the hole because it's going to cover up all that pretty paper. I'm going to scooch it down a little bit. So there's that one. Let's do the gray one. And we'll scooch him down here too. And then you can play around with these little sheep heads. They can go high, they can go low, they can go down here, they can turn whichever way you want. They can go over here. So you don't just have to stick it right in the front. Play around with it, see what you like. So let's get some glue and we'll glue this little bow on the front. And I'm going to turn it a little bit and pray that it stays where I put it. And then for the head, since it's going to be popped up above the body, we just want glue around the bottom face area. So let's put his little cute head on here and we'll tilt it a little bit. You could also use one of the, I don't know if I have one here, cute jelly roll. I think this is like, I don't know, it doesn't say the name on it, crystal clear or something like that. You could draw around the edges or his face or the bow or whatever and make a little bit of sparkle on it if you wanted. So let's glue our pink bow on. And this one, I think we'll make it a little bit straighter, glue at the bottom. You could also put a dimensional underneath the top part if you wanted. I'm not going to. So I'm going to put that one kind of straight. I don't want them all the same. I know that. So let's put some dimensionals on the Fresh Freesia sheep. And you don't have to color their legs the same color as you did their body. You could also stamp this on designer series paper. That would be really cute. So let's put the Fresh Freesia sheep on. And this one does go in the circle because this circle's a lot bigger. Well, not a lot bigger. Big enough that when you put this in here, you can see the designer series paper still. I am just not getting that in the right spot. There we go. And then this one, I don't want to tilt it that way, even though that's really cute because it's too close to that one. So I will do it that way. So we only need glue over here. So cute. They are adorable. Okay, so now let's figure out where we want our, you could put the welcome cutie right in the middle there if you wanted. I don't want to cover up those paper spots. You can put it up here like I did in the other one. Let's try this here again and see what it looks like. I can poke it under there. Do I like that one? I think I do. And I think I'll just glue it down. I don't want it all popped up. You could also put some gems or jewels, or the white pearls, the old white pearls would be nice if you have some of those. See if I can get this straight, centered and straight. This would be a cute baby card, but I don't know that many people that have babies anymore. So there's that. One other thing that I want to mention before I forget, when you punch, in the previous video, I said that I'm cutting these out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. So you'll get 4 of them that are 4 1/4 by 5.5. Even though that's all that it takes, I like to have something to hold on to while I'm putting the paper in the punch. So it's nice to have this edge. And you can also use all of this area for your sentiments, so don't throw this away. Anyway, that is our little card. So here's the original one, You Make Me Happy. And then here's the one that we just did, Welcome Cutie. What do you think of this set? Do you think it's something that you will get? Like I said in the previous video, I am not much of a cutesy person, but I really do like sheep, so I had to get this. And I think that there's a lot that I can do with it, so it'll be fun. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I hope you have a wonderful time with friends and family tomorrow if you're spending Thanksgiving with somebody. Those of you that have to work, thank you. Bless your hearts. We all appreciate it, and we're sorry that you're not spending time with your family. It would be nice if all of the retailers were closed on Thanksgiving. I know there's a lot of restaurants open, and that's nice. I appreciate that. So thank you to all of you that are working tomorrow. We appreciate you. And I will see you next time. Bye.